Hello, part two. Um, back in the middle eighties, I spent some time lying in a hospital bed, some weeks waiting for bones to mend. I had an argument with a Ford Granada and a Land Rover. Um, FYI, don't argue with not Granadas and Land Rovers, you'll lose. So I'm lying in this hospital bed and I wrote a poem lying there. Yes, Ellie, this is the poem you've been waiting for. The fairy cakes. Um, fairy cakes is one. I'm lying there and people are bringing me grapes and people are bringing me lemonade and people are bringing me flowers and all sorts and people are very nice. I wanted a joint, man, and I'm with my mate Arthur because I know my mate Arthur was going to bring me a joint, and eventually Arthur turned up and the simpering fool gave me a bag full of fairy cakes. No joint, no nothing. And in my disgust, when he left, I gave the fairy cakes away to all the old men recovering from hip operations in the beds around me. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is how naive I was. Ellie, the fairy cakes is not a poem, it's a short story. Because I not only read poems, I also read short stories. Actually, I've also written a book. Great Uncle Salamander. Buy Kindle books on Amazon. An everyday story of pond folk. Thrill to Frog's daring do adventures. Be horrified at Toad's table manners. Be shocked at Newt's drunken antics. Shrink from Snake's deadly fangs. Be amazed by Salamander's stunning plan, located in a pond near you. Go buy my book, I need the money. Okay? The poem I wrote while I was lying in the hospital bed, I can't see it because I haven't got my glasses. With broken bones and splints held tight and traction weights adjusted right, daylight's gone, a night's sleep to come, a restful, fitful night for some. On an orthopaedic ward the day is long, but now the restful nights are long. Adjust one's limbs, bed sores despite, to doze and sleep, and get respite. Sleep overtakes these tired limbs, and just as eyesight fades and dims, the nurse comes and asks me, "Are you awake?" A pulse and temp I now must take. After being awakened from my sleep, I try again the night's rest to reap. Would you like a tea or a cup of coffee, Mr. Freer? The evening tea trolley at last is here. Would you like Horlicks? It will help you sleep. Oh, this patience is trying to keep. It's the staff nurse next with the pharmaceutical trolley. Would you like a draft so you can sleep sound? On pharmaceutical round, sorry. Would you like a draft so you can sleep sound? Back again to rest and slumber and repose, and just as I start to doze, it's Doris and Hazel with the dust cart come to pack talc upon my bum. Bed sores, they're a nasty thing on back and bum and heels, they sting. As the dust cart rattles off into the night, surely now the sleep's all right. Though all the patients are not yet in bed, this is an orthopaedic ward, as said. Many have been here for weeks on end, awaiting for their bones to mend. And even at this witching hour, can all be found in the TV bower. And just as sleep's eventual rest descend, the late night film is about to end. The doors of the TV room crashed back and there's Matt's boredom stick unstuck. Last one's a bed's a custard comes the shout, starting one almighty row. The corridor fills with beds and chairs, tripods, frames and crutch-wielding bears. 18-stone navvies gravity defy as they lurch and sway on their way by. Paper knickers, nighties and hairy legs career down the corridor on traction pegs. Beds collide and wheelchairs go over. It's like it's not like Benno, it's like Dunkirk to Dover. As the dust settles and the last one's in bed, I began to despair and I shake my head. The nurse wants to know why I'm still awake. Well, you must get your sleep for your own sake. So as I settle down once more and try once more, my fellow inmates all begin to snore.